皆さんこんにちは。ソニーインタラクティブエンターテインメントの吉 P こと吉田です。今日はこの夏皆さんが PS4 で楽しめるめちゃくちゃ楽しいゲーム Fall Guys をご紹介します。今日はデベロッパーのミディアトニックの2人をゲストに迎えてゲームの映像をたくさん交えながらゲームについてたっぷり語ってもらいたいと思います。まずはこのビデオをご覧ください。Hello again. So we have two guests from developer Mediatonic today. So Jeff and Joe, can you introduce yourself?
I can. I'm Jeff Hansen. I'm the creative director here at Mediatonic.
Hey, I'm Joe. I'm the lead game designer on Fall Guys here at Mediatonic.
That's great. The game looks so fun. You know, there are lots of characters. Are they all, players, I guess? And there are lots of different kinds of games it looks like. Can you talk about, what is Fall Guys?
Sure thing. So Fall Guys is the greatest, craziest knockout game show the world has ever seen. So we're going to be taking 60 real players online and we're going to put them through round after round of mini-game, crazy knockout competitions. And after each mini-game, we're going to eliminate maybe 5 or 6 different players. And we keep doing that again and again until we have one winner at the end. So there's a little bit of battle royale in there. There's a little bit of mini games in there too. It's that combined, lots of slapstick physics, crazy comedy, lots of color and lots of fun.
So every time people can expect to play different kinds of mini games?
Yeah, so we're going to have over 25 mini games at launch for people to pick from, and it randomly picks different games. So the idea is just like game shows you watch on TV, you never quite know which combination of crazy things we're going to get you to do. It's going to be different every single time. The route from the start to the end. It's also always going to have surprises on the route.
Awesome. So this is a battle royale it looks like anyone could play. So can you talk about, how this idea came from? You went we need to make a battle royale game or something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you put it that way because when we were first coming up with the idea for Fall Guys, it was during a time in the studio where I was specifically asking the design team to not pitch me a battle royale because everyone was making battle royales. And I was like, if there's no way I can pitch this out, it's going to be, the market is going to be saturated. Please don't do that. And then Joe kind of comes into the studio the day after with a single sheet of paper and it has the pitch for Fall Guys written on it. And it was, it was awful because I had to completely rein back what I said because I instantly realized it was a fantastic idea and we should do it straight away. But I mean, the idea comes from our love of really kind of cult game shows and obstacle course shows. We grew up watching Takeshi's Castle, which has a very kind of
Takeshijo. Yeah, I thought being Japanese, this reminds me of something. So I didn't know that show was aired in the UK.
Yeah, it was aired on a small channel called Challenge TV, and it had super cult status. But it just feels like I think a lot of people that went into game development probably watched that as children and just were completely inspired by it. So when Joe came with the pitch, we kind of knew instantly that we had to make this. It it felt weird that it hadn't been done before.
Yeah, it's amazing. So this game has to be played by Japanese people, right?
I mean, yes, ideally every Japanese person should play this game would be my take. But yeah, I think so. Like, it's super inspirational. We had, as we started developing the game, we realized we have a studio, we have lots of people from different countries in Europe. And it seems like every country had their own version of Takeshi's Castle, which we only learned about once we started making it. Like, you should really look into it. There is some wild stuff there. So yeah, it was super inspirational for us.
That's awesome. So there are many different kinds of games. Can you talk about, like a specific mini games? There are many games shown in the video. Can you talk about some specific games that people are really enjoying to play?
Yeah, absolutely. So a classic example for people who've seen Takeshi's Castle is inspired by that. It's called Doordash. And this is simply putting 60 Fall Guys in a line and getting them to run through rows and rows of doors. Some of these doors you can break through, and some of them are completely solid, and your poor Fall Guy will smash into it. But Fall Guys always get back up. They're always enthusiastic. So you just got to keep running, like place your bets. So that was one of the first ones we made in development, and has been a classic. But other mini games, what we like to do is put everybody in teams halfway through the round. So we have, for example, Fall Ball, which is our take on football. But there are always 2 giant footballs in the stadium at any given time. And we've had some really, really fun games of that. So it's all about the variety. Every single round that you compete in should give you something new, something fresh, something crazy. So yeah, we're really, really excited to show them off.
Yeah, so it looks like, especially like a Doordash, you never know which doors you can get through, right? So some people might, follow other people to find out which one is safe, some strategy involved. And, there's a, pure element of luck. So that not the best player always wins, right? So anyone can have a chance to win.
Yeah, we know that we want lots of chaos in Fall Guys. We want things to never be a done deal when you start on the fall line. So each round has got a sprinkling of chaos, a sprinkling of randomness, but there's skill in there too. Like you said, you don't need to come first in these early rounds. You just need to not get eliminated. So you can follow other people, don't take too many risks, things like that. Each time you play, there's a lot of strategy going on.
It's really fun seeing the level of tactics that people start applying to very, very simple ideas. Like you say, Doordash is just don't be last. And the fact that people take this silly game so seriously has taken us by surprise, but it's probably a good sign.
And I really like the one that you have a tail. Some of the players have a tail, and anyone who kept the tail at the end wins kind of game. That reminds me of some, kids, playing at school. Was that like an inspiration?
Yeah, that's always been one of the inspirations for Fall Guys. Not only have we looked at game shows, but we've looked at games that people have played in the playground. These are really good inspiration because they are there for lots of people. When you're in the playground, 20, 30 kids can play and it's perfect. But also you can explain them very, very quickly. It's important in Fall Guys that every single round should be able to be explained in about 3 words. Because we want people to just be able to pick up the game, have fun instantly, and not spend too long reading rules or trying to figure out what they're supposed to do. It should be nice and simple, get in there, have fun, and hopefully qualify.
It was super important for us that Fall Guys is approachable. We wanted to be, once we understood we were making a battle royale and we've made our peace with that, we wanted to make sure that it was going to be the most approachable and accessible battle royale. Because I think a lot of people don't get an opportunity to be good at these games or to win these games, and we really want people to have a chance of winning Fall Guys.
Yeah, I love games, right? I love action games, but I can only play the popular battle royale game when the game came out, right?
Yeah.
When people are not that good at, but soon after, there's no way that I can win. So, but this game looks like I can always have a chance, to win. So I'm so excited.
Yes.
And there are many, mini games you are making for this game. Is there any new game you might be able to, reveal in this show that you never have shown before?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're showing for the first time today a mini game called Slime Climb. So Slime Climb is a race level with a difference. So if people have ever played like a fun game called The Floor is Lava, which is something that people used to play in their living rooms, where you'll see kids jumping from furniture to furniture. That was the inspiration for this game. And it's going to put Fall Guys on a start line, and they have to make it up this crazy winding mountain course up to the top. But there is a rising slime ocean around you. And so you need to beat other people, but you've also got to stay ahead of the slime. And if you touch the slime, you're eliminated. It's probably one of our hardest mini games, I would say. It's really, really tough, but it's one of the most classic, evocative mini games I think we've made so far.
So it's like playing 3D action game with 60 other people, right?
Yeah, exactly. People pushing each other off, trying to balance across these beams, get across the conveyor belts. It's absolutely crazy. It's really, really fun.
Okay, so let's talk about characters. These characters are so cute and funny and squishy and bouncy. And, the games are mostly action games, so it's very athletic. But the characters do not seem fit for being athletic. So that mismatch seems very funny to me. So can you talk about the character design? How did you come up with these characters?
Yes, I'd love to talk about the character design. You've picked up on something intentional for us. Like, we wanted the Fall Guys to be uniquely bad at what we were asking them to do. A lot of the time, I think, in a lot of games, like you say, if there is an athletic task, you see someone athletic performing that task. And for us, we track back to these game shows that influenced, the original pitch. You don't see great athletic people. You don't watch them to see great athletic people succeed at the task. You watch for the moments where people are falling over. You watch for the moments where they're stumbling and they're face planting, and all of these like wonderful things are happening. So for our character design, we just thought we'd create a character that really exemplified all of those best moments from those TV shows. So yes, they're quite short. They've got little short legs. They're not very good at running or jumping. They have like a high center of gravity. So, they fall over way more easily than they should. And this was kind of influenced by a kind of a cross between like vinyl toys that people have on their desks at work, and I think like sports mascots, which like really appeal to us as well. Like always the big oversized costumes, and they kind of exist purely so they can fall over and make everyone laugh. So when we first approached the Fall Guys, that's kind of what you see there. One thing that is very true though is they love to compete. They adore it more than anything else. Fall Guys get up and go again no matter how badly they've been taken down. And I think the reason we give them a bit of padding is so that even when they get hit really hard, you never get the sense that they've been hurt.
Yeah, no Fall Guys sacrificed in making...
No Fall Guys are sacrificed. No Fall Guys are cut or dismembered or hurt in any kind of like physical way. They always get up and just start running again.
And it seems like lots of customizations you could make. Is it allowed for player to swap, parts or change costumes? Can you talk about that aspect?
Yeah, absolutely. So when we were making the game, we didn't just want the gameplay to be funny. We wanted the customization to be funny as well. And so when you're customizing your character, you can pick the upper costume, you can pick the lower costume, you can pick the pattern, the color, all of these different things. And this lets you make some really, really funny looking costumes. You can have French fries as your top half, and then like a tutu or ballerina costume in the bottom. And we want players to always be coming up with new and weird combinations of costumes, so that when you stand on that start line and you're looking to your right and to your left to 59 other people, you're seeing crazy combinations of costumes that you've never seen before. And the game is funny before you even start running down the obstacle courses.
I think it's really interesting that like in a lot of games, when you get the kind of like the sought after costumes, they're normally like the sleekest ones, the coolest looking ones. And what we find with Fall Guys is the bigger the geometry and the more awkward or stupid the costume, that's the one that people want to put on, which I think is a really nice twist.
My favorite, character or costume is the pineapple guy. When I buy this game, do I get the pineapple costume, or do I have to play games to earn some, points or something to earn? Or...
Yeah, so when the game goes live, you'll earn points for doing well. So the higher you get and the further you get through the competition, you're going to earn points to unlock different characters.
And are you planning to add more, characters or costumes, after the launch of this game?
Yeah, absolutely. So Fall Guys is going to be running seasons. So we're going to be adding new levels and new costumes as the game goes along. But also what we're doing is we're running a create a costume competition on our website. So if players want to see their own designs, their own costumes in the game, they can draw them, they can send them to us, and we're going to pick our favorite ones and put them in the game for everybody to enjoy.
That's amazing. So are you still doing it so the people who are watching this show can still submit their designs?
Yeah, absolutely. We're still running the competition. So if you're watching this now, get your pen and paper out and draw some Fall Guys, and we'll see if we can get them in game.
So can you talk about Mediatonic? How long have you been making games, and what games you made before Fall Guys?
Yeah, so Mediatonic has been running for 15 years now, and I've been there for 11 of those years. When I first joined, we were very, very small. There was about 15 of us in the studio, and we were making Flash games. We were doing a lot of stuff at Adult Swim, so we got to kind of do some anarchic bits and pieces, which kind of like set our style and our passion, which is really fun. Since then, we've made a whole bunch of things. I think one of the things we're most known for and also most proud of is we were responsible for the Hatoful Boyfriend remaster, which, if you're unaware, is the pigeon dating game made by the incredibly skilled Hatomoa initially. That was like so much fun. We just fell in love with the game once we kind of played it and we'd seen the translation. We've also worked with Square Enix Japan before on kind of like mobile games, mobile RPGs. But I have to say, Fall Guys is the thing that we're most excited about.
So how's it like working in Mediatonic? What's the atmosphere or culture of the studio, would you say?
Yeah, at the moment it's really, really energetic in the studio. Making Fall Guys has been really great for the studio because as a studio, anybody can come up with ideas, whether that's new game ideas or things like that. We want anybody, designers, coders, artists, everyone can come up with new things, and we'll look at those things and hopefully make them. But with Fall Guys, one of the big things that we've needed is lots and lots of ideas for rounds. And anybody can come up to us with, a Post-it note or a sticker or an image and say, hey, I've got an idea for a mini game. And we take all of those ideas, we look at them, we prototype some. Some of them are great, some of them aren't so great. But it's really important for us that as a studio, anybody can be the ones who can come up with ideas and to create the best game possible. And then what's amazing is that obviously Fall Guys is 60 real people. To test this game, we need lots of people. So we've had huge playtests in the studio with 60 of us screaming, shouting, laughing, and I've never seen anything like it in a studio in London. We're making so much noise, it's so much fun. And we have giant foam crowns in the studio, so whoever wins for the week, they get to wear the foam crown around the studio. It's been so much fun working on this game with Mediatonic.
I'm sure your neighbors are angry. You're being noisy all the time.
Yeah, they get the brims out and just start banging on the ceiling, but they've not managed to make us stop yet. It's good.
So I understand that you've been showing this game at like events or shows, and how have consumers been reacting to this game?
It's been amazing seeing people pick up the game for the first time. When you're making something new, you never know what it's going to be like when people finally pick it up. But we got to take the game to PAX East in Boston this year and demo the game in front of huge crowds. And as Jeff mentioned earlier, one of the important things is that we want to bring multiplayer gaming to a new audience, maybe a younger audience, people who don't feel like there's a game out there for them right now. And it's been amazing to see families and younger children pick up Fall Guys. We've had lots of kids playing their dads and getting really competitive. And it's been so fun to watch not only those people enjoy the game, but then also competitive gamers who have come off another stand of really competitive games, and those people are playing each other, having fun together, and really bonding around the game. And I think that's been one of the most satisfying things about game development so far, is seeing that idea be realized and seeing people really react to it. The screams and the noise and the fun that emanates from the stand has really inspired us to push forward and finish the game and get the game ready for launch.
Yeah, one of my favourite things is, when there'd be like a mum and a child kind of like queuing for a really long time to play the game. And, you keep in conversation with the mum and she'd be very much like, oh, I don't really play games. I'm just here for them. And yeah, I'm just looking after them. It's all for them, really. And then the moment they sit down and realise this is a game they can actually win, absolutely beating having no compunction about winning and knocking their child out and then going on to like win the crown. It's just like it's a really lovely moment because you can see for a lot of these parents and children it's the first time they played a game together and kind of understood the stakes, which I think is really moving. We just want that. We just want to take that to a wider audience.
Okay, so when can people play this game?
People can play this game this summer, 2020, with a little more details to be released soon, where people know exactly when they can play it. But yeah, we want everyone playing Fall Guys very, very soon.
So do you have a final message to the viewers?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd just like to say that if you're looking for a brand new, colourful, different game to bring to multiplayer on PlayStation, keep an eye out on Fall Guys. We think it's a really unique, really exciting experience, and we can't wait to play it.
Yeah, and if you've ever felt that Battle Royales are not for you because you fail massively, just like me, this might be the Battle Royale for you. So please join us in the summer for a big burst of colourful fun. We cannot wait to play with you.
Thank you, Joe and Jeff. さあ皆さん、楽しんでいただけましたでしょうか？ジョーとジェフが言ってたように、このゲームは誰に言っても楽しめるバトルロイヤルってことが分かっていただけたと思います。この夏発売です。皆さんで一緒に楽しみましょう。ではまた。プレイステーション